Greetings, one and all, Relfaters here, bringing you episode 19 of the Byzantine Empire campaign. And last left off, we basically took the rest of Scotland and Ireland. That completed pretty much the British Isles. And so, for the rest of the campaign, since the year is 1440, and the game ends at 1453, that's wrong, the last recording. We don't really have a lot of time left, and luckily we are 22 years old, so we have a long time to live for the next 13 years. And we need to think of good ways to expand, because we can't really expand into the whole Roman Empire because we do have an alliance with them. Let's see, we have an alliance to make with them. But at least in the meantime, I'm going to do a few more cleanup things to do before we start the end of the game. As for instance, the King of Scotland is actually an Irish Catholic, and that simply cannot do. We have to make him Orthodox. As well as the actual Irish Catholic King of Ireland, who will luckily flip to my religion. I never changed Portugal's king, so we'll also change his religion as well. Definitely go and say yes. And the King of Poland actually is the wrong religion. But he'll say no, but if we send him a gift, he'll definitely say yes. And also we're sending our boats full of our men, 45,000 men, to go and pretty much finish up Sicily. Finally get them over with. And pretty much, also, Wallachia is no longer de jure part of Carpathia. So that pretty much means Byzantine Empire is now spread de jure over into the section here. So it's lovely, lovely purple, slowly inching its way throughout the map. So Carpathia is next. We only have just a few years left, and we are running into a bit of a money shortage. We are just running out of money. That's all I can say. And it's basically just because of the retinue. We simply just have way too much men. So there's not much that we can do about it. But we can try to declare as many wars as possible in order to take as much land as we can. Though, didn't I get a guy that I could declare war on? I thought I had a claimant for the Prince of Sicily, yeah. Supposed to be back to the court. So we just re-invite the prince over. But you know what, actually, I think I invited the last guy within the realm. And then he became king because the last ruler died. So to invite this new guy here, we need to go and land him. And now we can declare war for all of Sicily. And that'll wrap up the Italian holdings that we certainly do want. Though it wouldn't be the worst idea to simply give away my own personal land. Especially since I don't think I see any plots to revoke any of my own land here. So yeah, we'll start giving out our own personal land. And so it won't be that important when we move this campaign over to EU4. So here he is. He has a nice scar across his eye. And we'll grant him Nakia. We'll just grant him the province itself, no one under him. And now since he's landed, we'll simply give him Sicily. And there we go. So now we're at war with Sicily itself, and I'm sure that actually you weren't part of the. Oh yes, I forgot. So actually, this is a new run of the game. So everyone left the defensive pact. Which, yes, I know, it's a bit cheap. Actually forgot about that one little trick. But you know, it's a little cheeky trick. It won't really impact it too much. It'll make the wall go faster. I can show you that. But for the most part, we're just going to make sure that we win this war before anyone else does anything about it. Why have you forsaken theme needs a focus? Definitely make you etiquette. You'll probably change over to hunting focus since we don't really need to make more children than the probably 4 we have now. Though we only have one child that actually is worthwhile. Of course, I do not need to mention that this is the last episode of the Byzantine Empire series, because since the game will end, I can't really do more parts after that. But I am, as I said before, I'm considering doing an EU4 series after this, but it will probably be 2 or 3 other series I will do beforehand, and hopefully you will enjoy that as well. Clergy is not satisfied with collecting a teeth from free peasants, and I get more tax up. It only means more revolting, but we certainly actually do need the money, because we're just slowly running out. We're losing 300 ducats, or 300 gold a month. And I tell you, this retinue is not cheap. You have a new daughter who's ugly. We'll name you something more suitable for you. Your name will be Botched Experiment Number 1. You don't like your sister's successful experiment. You really need to go and pray, get some faith. And it does look like we're almost done sieging down Sicily, though. Majority of Sicily already is practically sieged down by everyone else. But there we go. Make someone else the King of Sicily. We won the title, and unfortunately, actually no. Only the city title under Venice will be a problem. Other than that, that's free land. So now this ugly part of Italy is just part of ours, even though Venice just controls a really ugly amount of land. Of course, the King of Sicily is also my religion. He's also known as the usurper, which is, 100% accurate. Can't argue against that. Having many lovers is exciting and fulfilling. So much love, so much desire, but so little time. I feel like I'm burning the candle at both ends. So I can either get rid of my other lover, my female lover, or fill up both in Constantinople. And even though I'm not homosexual, I still have a relationship with this man. So we'll just get rid of the woman, obviously. Look, I'm just in the closet now. You have to understand. It's nothing personal. And we can use this opportunity to try and take this duchy here, which is a single duchy. Kiev is not a kingdom title. Yeah, unfortunately there's no one that can take all the land. Which is a bit unfortunate. I would love to have taken it. We do have just one king, actually a grand principality of one province. You'll probably have to be your next target unless you want to join us, but no, you do not. So we have gotten to the point where we're almost out of money. But let's try and push for this one wall here to force vassalize you. And hopefully it won't be too much problem. We'll just stack 30,000 men on you and hopefully that will finish the wall. And I also want to wear a skin mask and hit all my peasants. And I actually got rid of Frail, which is excellent. I confirm that I will not die. Let's see, so someone's in the... we want to mess with someone. So we'll just go and corrupt this priest. And we do have a peasant revolt rising up. So we'll just use the Hungarian forces to take care of them instead. And we failed the mission. Okay, well, let's go and wrap this wall up. We'll have to assault every holding you own. And unfortunately that only takes care of 43%. That's 43% war score. So you have 2 Pez revolts. So you have the one here, and then also another one somewhere else. An Aquitaine revolt. Well, good thing we have 20,000 men that we can go stick on them. So it does look like we're going to have to go and siege more land down. Though it looks like the Comanians might just give us this wall. Far easier than expected. Also we're losing having attrition on all these men here. Oh, also we're almost out of money. So that means we need to stop funding our retinue. And that should balance out the funds. As long as we're not paying for extra men. As painful as that sounds. So it looks like we just need to get some more battles, so we'll knock out a few people. It does look like we need more men. I'll have to use my own personal levy to do so. As painful as that sounds. And just 22,000 men on the capital waiting to besiege it. Luckily, I have the Theodosian walls, which count for something, I suppose. So there we go, routing the entire army. Really no match for us. Taking someone as prisoner, and the wall score went down. And we're going to fight a lot of battles here. Unfortunately, the game's not going to go off as easy. Despite the fact that we'll be winning lots of battles. And that's the biggest problem with these wars, is that you're so spread out so thin that you don't really have a lot going for you. Like every siege that someone does somewhere in the world means basically we have to just keep fighting everyone. But we do have a grand summoning, so we'll just release some people out in the world. Blessing Avanas makes someone a willing servant. Demonic possession. Very well. King Cruel. In Middle Night, I have someone meticulously prepared for black magic. So release power upon them. I have a new daughter. Which, I really don't know what to name you. I mean, you're all kind of useless. So we'll just name you as promptly. And my wife was burned at the stake. Wow. At the order of the Kaiser. Well, can't ruin my genius wife. Now I need a not genius wife. So just co-find a new woman. I need someone younger anyway. Not that young. Not even that young either. I just need someone who's like somewhat young. I think most of them are taken. He's like really slim pickings here. There we go, 22. Maybe a commoner, but hey, you know what? We're doing it for the traits at this point. Okay, if 70% chance of getting kind, my henchman killed more prey than I, and my castle from best solution of rebellious peasants mine. And again, kind, that's a pretty good trait. Good, more diplomacy. More of a diplomatic character, especially since don't really see me becoming that diplomatic these days. This is such a painful wall. This is probably worse than the wall for the bucket, because this wall became more pointless as time grew on. Like, surely we must be getting a war score here, since we hold the actual bloody province. So I really feel like this game should include some sort of system like EU4 does, where if you become more powerful enough, the enemy will not fight you. They just pretty much give up, instead of having these long, huge walls that are really pointless. It's got an axe. And at the same token, we also have the option to, if the AI persists, if they're stronger than you, they'll declare war against you. You know, it's a reverse type of thing. Just having to, you know, out-siege the entire world and lose so many troops for one province, you would be having this sort of problem at all. Also have another door, it's actually quick. Good job, wifey. And another daughter. Which, I mean, I'm just, I don't know what to put as names anymore, so I'll just make a frowny face. Yeah, I think this is a testament to why the game really shouldn't be having this type of mechanic that's really poorly executed in the game. Because even though I siege down all this land, his entire land, the game will still say I can't win because he only owns one province. Unless it's anything else that he owns. Actually, he owns land up here. Well, there we go. Got him surrender. And now it's part of my land. What a waste. More pointless walls to lose more men in. I did pretty much expire my entire retinue. Same token. Well, there's only 3 years left. All we can do really is just sit about and do not much else. I didn't see what I could really take in between last episode, because everything else is really just, you know, not really available to take. I should go take Baghdad. We're running against time here. So hopefully we can just quickly siege on everything. And not worry about the consequences afterward. Let's invite the Holy Roman Empire to this lovely wall. And get all these other men onto it. And hopefully we can win this war in about 2 years, and then we should try to force the wall. And why for forsaken these become a fortune builder? Well, at least he knows how to do business. Can't wait to see if there's an EU4. It's my heir. 10% chance to get gluttonous or get temperate. I got none. I suppose better than the latter. Successful experiment number 1. Become a diplomat. My wife's pregnant again. Look, I haven't taken the family focus. I removed that. You shouldn't be really having so much kids. Too much kids to my liking. Anyway, wall should be almost done. Just try to quickly force these walls. Thank you. And is there anything else I could probably force? Probably actually fix this piece of land here. Give me this. Is this it? That's not it. There we go. Give him this land right here. Try quickly getting as much land as possible. Also, all this land does belong to me. So we need to actually redistribute this land myself. Actually, I haven't done it in a very long time. So a lot of the eunuchs. Look, I don't need a eunuch. I just need someone that I can just give to this realm. Actually, it's just my court, that's what I need to do. There's like shady character here, just commander, so we'll just give him all the land. You don't really do this, don't take this as advice for Crusader Kings 2, because it's really bad advice. But since it's the end of the game, I'm literally just trying to spam as much troops as possible. And since it's the end of the game, I'm just trying to throw as many troops to the fire. Oh, try to quickly immerse the realm as possible, because it does not really matter that much. Also, while you've forsaken, he has died of suspicious circumstances. That's not inconspicuous whatsoever. Also, why is my daughter for the next round? Actually, no. All I have is daughters. I had 6 daughters, 1 son. That's unfortunate. Well, only have a year left, so we'll just call the Holy Roman Empire into my wall. Also, groom an heir. That's gonna have to do that. And hopefully the wall surrenders soon, because we only got a year left. Down to the wire at this point. We have a new daughter. That's... You're all useless. I hate you. Don't die, plague. The enemy is just surrounding my army. Only got half a year left, and I'm being swarmed by the enemy. Okay. I think that's a surrender. Have a surrender. Okay. It's... As I said before, it's down to the wire. I don't have that many means to take more land. Only half a year left, so it could be a stretch. So I don't really want to give any of this title to anyone. What did I even get anyway? What was so useless? I'm just making my borders look good. Now just duchy here, we'll just give it over to the king of not Tripple. Who's even under my command? Let's get to Syria. Congratulations, you're the new proud owner of a new duchy. And we'll try and take this last province here. Though actually, let me stop off this. Though actually, I can't even take both. It's all just one or the other. That's really unfortunate. Well, there's one guy here. Oh, we just gotta warn you. How about you? Yep, we'll just take this whole area here. Got 3 months. Hopefully you don't have any level 6 forts. It is level 6 fort. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get the troops over in about 2 months. But we'll declare a holy war and just send in the troops as a last ditch effort to take more land. Though we're suffering a massive attrition. Oh, actually we do got 1 more year. Perhaps, maybe. Nope, that's the end. Well, and that's it. The Renaissance sweeps across Europe and the feudal era is also closed. With a score of 98,919, you beat House of von Habsburg. On the face of it, these are not looking very good for the Habsburg family in 1066. As a minus plus counts the Byzantine Empire very lynchable. That's the history of the Habsburgs. So yeah, we didn't beat the Capets, but who cares about the Capets anyway? We basically one of the more powerful rulers. We actually got very close to being the biggest historical dynasty, but I would have, did a bit better if I had an earlier start anyway. But yeah, that will be Crusader Kings 2. Unfortunately, most of the screen is night, blocking my way. I can't see the rest of the map. Yeah, we're going to fix this real quick. So here we are again. 1 day in the past, so I guess that considers it as cheating or something. Yeah, we are. 1 day in the past. We went back in time a day when the world did not officially end. But yeah, that's the end of the Byzantine Empire. Actually, one thing I didn't notice just now, that I think the King of Castile actually took part of Mali. So I own more of North Africa for some reason. And the nice lovely name of the Byzantine Empire just stretches across here. Really ugly, but really interesting as well. Oh, also as a side note, for many of you who are curious to figure out what the state of the world does look like, I will certainly go through and show you all the statistics. Orthodox pretty much is the defining religion of nearly all of main Europe except for Germany. It's the last holdout of pretty much Catholicism and parts of Asia, as well as Tibet, weirdly enough. This area here was converted by the Mongols, who went Catholic, and then they just broke apart, and then Catholicism still stood around. Hindu still controlling most of India, or Pakistan, the area, so owned by the Shia. The Sunni, all kind of on the back foot, owning this part here in Iran, and only parts of the southern portion of the Arabian Peninsula. Oversight still exists here, and Orthodox is slowly creeping through. Catholicism still owns this area here, which is parts of Libya and western Egypt, as well as Tunis. Italy mostly is divided in half between, well, not really in half, but The southern portion is owned by the Orthodox, while the northern and the rest, middle and north, are owned by Catholicism. Culture-wise, I didn't really incorporate many different rulers to be my culture, so many of these cultures still predominantly remain what they were before. I see English, Welsh, Scottish, Irish pretty much stayed consistent, as well as the French, Bretons, and Aquitaine. Iberia is really interesting because it really got mixed up a lot. Castilian is predominantly owning a lot of this. Catalan owns the east, of course. Andalusian and parts of Nahua, which was the original parts of the invasion of the Aztecs, still somewhat remain, but they're kind of going away. The last holdouts of the Aztec Empire still remain lots of the cultures, though. So parts of areas that between North Africa and Timbuktu is still predominantly Central American. And of course Greek is probably one of the more dominant religions, along with German. We managed to convert a lot of this land over that we took from the Holy Wars, which I was able to directly give land from my own cultured men over to that, but you know, land I wasn't able to give across for taking titles just remained what they were before. Economy wise, not much to see here. Most of the world is really just predominantly green. A lot of people just made a lot of money, except for, you know, parts of Eastern, far Eastern up. Mostly everyone has made a lot of money at the end of the game. Duchy's really changed. Kingdom Empires, that's probably the bigger one that changed, because the kingdom title didn't really change that much. Not a lot of drifting happened, but empire drifting is the biggest one that ended up changing, because a lot of these areas that I took over last past 100 years, so a lot of it is now de jure part of the Byzantine Empire. As for the dynasty tab, it's mainly the same, not too much of a change other from the political map mode. Pretty much what your country was, your family was pretty much the same. So most of it is all just different, and not many people really were part of the same family, so you don't really see similar dynasties, so it's mainly all the same. Most of the world is admin okay towards me. There's not too much there. Direct vassalage. Most of the kingdom titles were directly under me. Parts of here were directly under, and in parts that were closer to the empire were mostly all broken up. More petty squabbles between more smaller people, and Anatolia, more Greece, is kind of more controlled either by my direct dukes or Bulgaria, which is kind of breaking off and trying to integrate its way through here. Norway still owns Hungary just under my rulership, as well as Norway itself and parts of modern day Sweden. Trade zones, Venice and Genoa just went at it, as well as Visby. I'm not sure where Visby is, but they did a really good job in the North Sea. And then really small areas here was just all the control of the Venetian trade, which means that I have plenty of opportunities to go and raid plenty of their ports. Government types, nomadic still kind of slithering away here. Feudal remains most of the part here. Merchant Republic is somewhat scattered, and then everyone else is really just feudal or Ikuta. And of course, the entire world basically is in defensive pact against me. And epidemics are kind of still around, though Byzantium, or Constantinople, ever remains strong with their super powerful level 6 hospital. So Constantinople really rarely, if ever, gotten sick after the hospital really got improved. And that's about it for that. So yeah, that's the Byzantine Empire campaign, all done and finished with. We start as a really small empire. I believe we only owned like this provinces here at the beginning of the start, and then we just slowly grew and grew. It took more land, took more as possible, then took France, because France is really easy to take, and then just expanded in every direction that we possibly could, except for the Holy Roman Empire, because the Holy Roman Empire is rubbish and takes a very long time to dismantle unless you actually get a heir into the Holy Roman Empire. But it's really hard because in many ways Holy Roman Empire is elective succession, so you need to try and elect your own member. You need to elect your own heir to the Holy Roman Empire for an empire you cannot control the election process. But yes, I'll be moving this onto this campaign in EU4, and so it's a very interesting start. It's really kind of one-sided still, just like in that other campaign I did for the Byzantine Empire, my first series I did, where I just, you know, curve stomped everyone. I think I gave myself like 100 years earlier, but the stats, the things I did before, my little cheeky plans of world domination, didn't really apply too much. You can't really use the same strategies I did before, because unfortunately I think they might have took it out, that you're unable to go and just switch religion to a religion that no one else has. So then once you do that, you're able to just holy war everyone, because you're a heretic to literally everyone else. So unfortunately I wasn't able to do that, and I did it, and even though I didn't switch religion, I did a test earlier, like doing sort of like a few episodes into the series, and you weren't able to really do that anymore. So that's a bit unfortunate. I have to say I had a lot of fun with the series. The Mongol Empire did sort of get close to us, but you know, they managed to fail. And then we also had the Aztec Empire, which, you know, eventually we just kicked them out of Europe. So now, and the EU4 save, they're going to still be powerful, but they're not going to own any of Europe whatsoever, because I don't think they're anywhere at all anymore. They're officially just gone. But as you can see, the Ottoman Empire is going to be the biggest threat to us, as well as Venice. Though I don't think the Venetians are going to be that much of too much of a problem, unless they alarm themselves to the Ottoman Empire. I'm not fully sure how the Ottoman Empire is made in EU4, because, you know, the Ottoman Empire is much more of a bigger conglomerate of states within of Germany. So I'm not sure that's going to play out in EU4, unless they're going to be one super state and you just have to declare war on them, on the entire thing, which could be fun. You know, it's just going to be a giant invasion of Germany, and then all the rest of the Russian lands to take care of. It'll be really it's going to be really easy, I'll tell you that. But I do want to see, you know, how the Byzantine Empire will survive onwards, and then finally reform our glorious Rome once more. But yeah, this is the Holy Roman Empire. I'm glad you all watched the series, or if you're a first time watching this series, because I know many viewers seem to watch actually the final episode of any of the series I've done. Please feel free to watch any other episode besides this one. I do have you know, 200 odd years of playing this campaign, so if you're actually interested in seeing how it went, you know, go see that. And with that, this is Raptels signing off. Thanks again for watching.